You will want to avoid small rooms. When Shay smokes weed, he avoids small rooms. He feels claustrophobic and paranoid. Weed makes him feel socially anxious. Social anxiety is real. Weed can amplify it. It all depends on how you feel. When you're smoking that reefer, you might get amplified sensations. Maybe some thoughts about the universe. But sometimes that fear creeps in social situations, and you want to go to a big room. Big guy in a small room, feeling like he is enclosed. Big room with not a lot of people, it's good if you're feeling anxious. You can smoke weed if you want, but if you smoke with Shay, don't talk to him. He gets really quiet and shit. Don't smoke weed if it makes
Hello friends,
anxious.
James Kalm, your half-assed art reporter on the bike. And we are down here on Broome Street on the Lower East Side, and we're going to try to pop into the Derek Eller Gallery and look at a show by Steve Dibenedetto. And the title of the show is Toasted with Everything. The place is packed tonight. I don't even know whether we'll be able to get any views. Everybody is, of course, standing around with their backs to the paintings, yakking like crazy. I haven't been to this new Derek Eller space. I think I covered Steve's show at the old space over in Chelsea. I think if you had a facial recognition program, you could go through here and probably pick out about a dozen of New York's most recognized and outstanding painters hanging around here at the opening. We'll start out looking at this little piece here in the front. This is titled Inverse Evidence 2018, oil on linen, 11 by 14 inches. Well, it says that he finished it in 2018, but the way this looks, it's probably been kicking around for a while. Oh gee, there's Peter Saul, Dave Humphrey, Jules de Bellencourt, Brad Kallhammer, Trespasser, and now I'm figuring out why I like to come to the shows after the openings, because this is probably not the best time to try to experience the paintings. It's 36 by 24. I think one of the reasons that Steve has such a rabid following is that he really combines a lot of the classic elements of New York painting, action painting, obsessive painting, Neo-Expressionism, yeah, a lot of local people like that. This is titled Metaphysical Salami, oil on linen, 60 by 48. Gee, I'm looking at this and I'm suddenly getting the idea about some kind of a bicycle rider or somebody holding their handlebars there. saw his last show, and I got tipped off of that by a local painter. We were talking about paint surfaces, and he said if you like that stuff, you got to go see Steve's latest show. And it was so good that I had to come back for this opening. Maybe it's getting towards closing time. Maybe people will start to thin out here. All right, get those details. To look at the edges too. This is titled Paramus Mars 2018, 20 by 16 inches. Well, I don't know how I would classify Steve. I think in a certain way he kind of relates to New York Surrealism, people like Bezoides, and maybe even Gorky a little bit. You kind of note a nice melding of some kind of funky cubism in there as well. And I like his facture, his surface. This piece looks like he's gone in and done a lot of scraping, but then he's gone in on top and almost like a pointillist has added in his little blobs, his little nuggets of color. And I don't know what the prices are. Okay, this is the showstopper. Toasted with everything, the namesake of the show. Right? There's Wallace Whitney, one of the principals at Canada Gallery, and a pretty damn good painter himself. It's 117 by 78 inches. Not only is there a extremely rich surface, but I think Steve always knows how to use the contrast. So we've got a more of a kind of a vacant, just open, brushy, spacey area. Areas where things are a little more worked up. These other areas that are very scumbled, scraggy, chunky. You know, I'm also thinking that parts of this make me think of Richard Pousset Dart, and especially some of his early work. Zero-sum yoga, 30 by 25. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if, you know, I'm looking at the scraping and scratching. I wouldn't be surprised if Steve ends up cutting through some of his canvases with this scraping. He looks like he gets pretty involved and pretty energetic with the scraping. I think also he's got a pretty highly developed color sense. It's not what I would call pretty, but I think it's effective and memorable. This is titled Traipser. Now I could be wrong, but looks like Steve has got about every kind of technique I can think of. He's got the staining, he's got the pouring, he's got the dripping, he's got the scumbling, the impasto, the scraping. But I don't see any spray paint. I could be wrong. There's his goofy shoes again. Yeah, these surfaces have the kind of ruggedness of a old wall in a subway station or something in a urban underpass that's been repainted about 1,000 times. This is a nice piece. Hey, there's Ken Johnson. Well, we'll just insert ourselves here into the mob. This is titled Free Third Eyes. I think this could be my favorite piece in the show. I was also kind of getting an echo of another great painter, and if I looked around, I'd probably see him here tonight, a guy named Gregory Amanoff. I was going to say, the other thing is I expect people to start giving me a hard time because I'm actually looking at the paintings. I think I like this one because it's a little bit lighter palette, and he's using his drawing, his draftsmanship a little more, and not relying on the chiaroscuro and the large masked out areas of dark color. One of the reasons I like to look at the sides of a painting is that it's kind of like forensic investigation or even archaeology. You kind of get a chance to see what has been going on at the crime scene or on the earlier levels of the geological time frame. James Kalm reporting on Steve Dibenedetto. Toasted with everything. Here at the Derek Eller Gallery. 300 Broome Street. On the Lower East Side, you can leave your comments, critiques, reviews, suggestions, ideas, talking points. Please like this and subscribe. And as we always do, we have to thank you, Kate.
It gets really quiet and shit. Don't smoke weed if it makes you socially anxious. You should know yourself best. In the end, it's all about getting to know yourself. Don't let other people make you feel depressed.
Thanks, man.
Thanks, Venmo.
Yeah.